Quinn up there in the top running the show. Quinn, you okay there, Quinn?
Always.
There we go. Max Solo back from his little mini vacation. Jeff Bezos on location somewhere, smoking cigars, wishing he could drink. EB at home after his big win last night. And yours truly here at South Range as always. So we'll start off our national day. It's National Chili Day. I did see that. So it was either that or clam chowder or chocolate.
It's also National Jeff Bezos Wants to Be Max Solo Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not true at all.
Jeff showed
That's
up
not true at
smoking a
all.
cigar, hanging out. I was waiting for him to be in a hot tub or something too there, Billy.
I would look a lot better than Billy would, so that's okay.
In the hot tub?
Yeah, in the hot tub and everything, I would look a lot better than Billy would.
No. Well, that's always debatable. We'll leave that for another day. National Chili Day. So does everybody here enjoy chili, Quinn?
Oh, yeah.
Chili guy?
Yeah.
What's your favorite with chili?
All of it. I mean, I don't think there's any bad kind, really, honestly.
Are you like, you want it super hot or just like regular?
Both. Like I eat it all. Any of it's good. Honestly.
You're like a dumpster. Like it doesn't matter. You eat everything. It doesn't. Goodness. Billy, how about you? Are you a hot chili guy? You anything specific, special you put on there?
Yeah, if I'm gonna have chili, it's gonna be pretty spicy. Kate makes this. It's like a white chicken type of chili, and it's pretty good too. But it's not spicy. So usually, if I want some chili, it's I'm thinking the spicy, cold day, or a football event. That's up my alley.
It's definitely a fall, I think, type food to eat. Jeff, are you a chili guy?
Yeah, I'm a big chili guy. I like to put sour cream in my chili. My brother-in-law tried it one time, so I did it. So it's terrific.
Oh, so you just copy off of everybody. You just, my brother-in-law did it, Mac did it, this guy did it, so I do it, and then I do it, and then you just do everything, It's the old, like, you jump off a bridge if someone told you to. Oh, my brother-in-law did it, so...
Are you talking? Are you talking right now? Like,
I'm speaking to you. You ugly bastard. Talking to you.
Who are you talking to like that? I'm not Kate, so you can't talk to me that way.
First of all, I talk to Kate like that. She smacked the taste out of my
mouth. He might get a couple words out like that, and all of a sudden there's going to be a backhand coming his way. He's going to take charge. EB, chili guy? Yes, no, hot, regular? What are you?
Absolutely, man. I think you always got to have spicy chili. And probably, what is it? Columbiana, the Legion in Columbiana always has a Legion chili cook-off. Dude, that place is awesome. And actually, Paul Julia, head coach for Latonia, has won it a couple times. But, dude, the more the merrier. Give me a chili. Give me it on cheese fries. Give it to me on a hot dog. Chili all the time.
I myself am not a huge chili guy because I don't like beans. Beans like gross me out. Like that mush that's in a bean, it's just like dirt. Yeah, see, Coach Seidel, there we go. If it has beans, it's not chili. Well, there's beans.
I would look at it like a chili, like chili goes on a hot dog compared to like chili. Soup-ish.
Yeah, if you have like chili cheese on a hot dog, that's totally different than like when you say chili, people think of a big pot. There's meat, there's beans, and all kind of stuff in there, and like it mainly beans. And I'm not a big bean fan. So
can I just say this for the record that Skyline chili is terrible?
Oh, I've never had it, but like
I agree.
Talk about it like it's the next best thing out there, and like
no way, dude. It's average chili at best, and all they do is put it on spaghetti noodles. It's super soupy, which, I mean, maybe if you did, like, your own version or your own take of it and like, doctored it up, but, like, Skyline chili,
Don't they put, like, cinnamon or something in it?
Yeah, something like that.
It's a big Cincinnati thing, and I don't know. I mean, they started adding beans during the Depression. We're getting our history lesson here today, too, there from Mama Yoakley, so... And DJ saying that New Orleans has worse Wi-Fi than I do. Well, mine's working right now, so there we go.
Better boy, Paul. Stick up for yourself, Paul. Better boy.
Chalk one up. South Range Wi-Fi working well. Yeah, so I mean, like whenever Carrie has to make like chili, she just basically says, "I'm just making like hamburger helper almost, because there's no. I don't like it hot. I don't like hot spicy stuff. So I guess I'm really not a fan of chili. Just some meat sauce, and I'm good. So,
You're
You're
almost
like a
making like
sloppy
a
Joe. You're a sloppy Joe. Yeah.
yeah,
Make them extra sloppy.
yeah. A little bit of sloppy joes is put some crackers in it, cheese, and I'll agree with Jeff. I do like to put like a couple of daubs of sour cream on there as well. But then it just really turns into like a hamburger meat sauce with cheese and sour cream. So whatever. But some big games last night as the girls were playing in the district semifinals. We've got a bunch of teams moving on to our district championship games. EB, one of those teams as they moved on last night. EB, talk to us about your game last night.
That, I mean, is a great game for us. Big win. We played Kenston, who they play a pretty beefed up schedule. They came in 16-3. They had a guard who averaged about 20 points a game. A lot of their league games are against D1 opponents, so they're obviously no slouch, especially if you get to the district finals. It was cool last night to see district finals that we had. I think 4 or 5 of the teams out of our league in the district semis. Obviously, West Branch got knocked out, but that was inevitable. They were playing Marlington, so one of those two were going to go home. Canton South fell to Perry. We ended up beating Kenston, and I think Minerva won, but they're in a different district. It was a good defense effort, especially for our girls. They played aggressively. Offensively, they crashed the boards. Probably our best rebounding game all year. And then to create 21 turnovers on the defensive end, kudos to the girls. They played their butts off. They played hard for 32 minutes, and they really brought the energy. So for them to move on and get to the districts, it's all credit to them. They put in the work. They sacrificed the sweat, blood, and tears. It's awesome that they get to go experience this.
Now, I was doing a game last night as well, but I heard at one point you guys were down pretty good, right? Like 12 or something? No,
we were. I don't know if we ever trailed in the game. We went on a 12-0 run to start the third. We held them to 3 points in the third quarter. So going into halftime, it was 18-16 in favor of us, and then. After about 2 minutes into the third quarter, we went on a 12-0 run and ended up winning that quarter like 14-3 or something like that.
Okay, yeah, because maybe it was another game. Somebody was saying it was going to be an upset if Kenston won, and they said that they were up at one point. So just some bad info then.
Yeah, you might have been thinking. I know Marlington was up, 15 or 17 on West Branch, and West Branch. From what it sounds like, made it a heck of a fourth quarter and ended up losing by 5. Really, I didn't get to see too much of the Poland West Geauga game, which that turned into one of those playoff basketball games. You get a 3 to send it into OT, and Poland pulled away. So
yeah, I was going to bring that game up too, because West Geauga was up late in that game, and they did go to overtime on a steal, and then I think West Geauga I think came out and they threw all the haymakers they possibly could in regulation and had a chance to win that game. And then when it went to overtime, I just think they were gassed out, because they go into overtime tied at 64, and then your final score is 78-67. So they only scored 3 points in the overtime. So I just think people
need to realize for West Geauga too, going into tournaments, they only had, I think, like 9 or 10 total games. So not only did they start late, but then, to my knowledge, they had to battle some injuries back and forth throughout the year. And then you come into tournaments, which, I think where they were seeded, a lot of people gave them a fair amount of respect off of what they did last year and the number of games that they had this year. And they were... Everyone kind of looked at them, and they were going to be like the upset special. They were the X factor because, they went in, they knocked off Mooney, and then, obviously to take the 2 seed Poland into overtime. Like you said, Paul, it just sounds like they ran out of gas more than anything.
Yeah, and then I know the video's been floating around out there, and I know we have it on our site too of the steal and the 3-point shot there. So having two coaches on here, Quinn, we haven't heard from you yet. When you're sitting there, you're West Geauga, you're up by 3 with 3 seconds to go, and you have the ball, and you have to inbounds the ball. What are you doing there? I mean, because obviously if you get it to a girl and she gets fouled, you can ice it. But where are you throwing that ball with 3 seconds to go, up by 3?
I mean, for me, it depends on like situational stuff. Like, I mean, given that situation, if I have a good free throw shooter, I mean, I'm setting a couple screens for her, trying to get her open because I know Poland's coming to foul. If I can, ideally, I'd want to get it towards the backcourt. I know you're kind of going towards where Poland wants you to go in that situation. But I would go towards the backcourt, hopefully get a screen or two to get that guard free, and then try to get to the ball, honestly.
Billy, I mean, have you seen the video yet, Billy? Or I mean, you know the scenario we're talking. I mean, what would you do as a coach with that?
Probably the same thing Quinn's talking about. I don't know if I want to go towards their basket. That would probably be my only, I'm not a basketball coach by any means, but just for the time remaining, depending on if there's timeouts or whatnot, I'm probably trying to go towards my basket to at least make them travel, 1 to 2 seconds off the clock before getting a shot up there, so they don't have any time left. But definitely a double screen, something to get one of my best free throw shooters open.
Yeah, I mean, and EB, like being a coach as well, I mean, that scenario, I looked at it when I watched it, and they were right at midcourt, and when the girl goes to inbounds it, she does throw it to her right, which was towards the Poland hoop, and Poland wasn't guarding the inbounder. They were guarding the girls that were trying to get the ball, and it just went off one of the Poland girls' arms. Mary Brandt grabs the ball, and, I mean, the clock's running now, and she just stops, I mean, inches shy of going over the 3-point line, puts that bucket up, it goes in, they go to overtime. I was looking at it going, why wouldn't you have, like, thrown it up kind of just like a lob almost towards your hoop? Because as soon as somebody touches that ball, that clock's going to start. And unless Poland gets a hold of it and has a timeout, they got no shot at grabbing it and trying to heave it 3/4 of the way there. I mean, with that, in my mind, again,
I think coaches would just rather run their set. I mean, they're prepared and they have plays on sideline or underneath bat. They have these plays that they run and they trust them. They've been running them all year, and they've been fairly effective with it. So I think they're going to trust their gut and just run their play rather than just kind of throw something up in the air and let something random happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I guess.
Yeah, but I think it depends on the scenario too. Like I'm not downplaying what Paul said because, like, naturally, and not having all the information, I don't know what the foul count was. I don't know any of that was. Mm-hmm. But, if you're West Geauga, like, no matter what, you want to throw it towards your hoop. Even, I would like to say Poland's not going to let that bounce out of bounds. And if they did and no one touched it, they're still going to have to play that because as soon as Geauga touches it, clock's going. So yeah, they're not just going to let it bounce out of bounds. That's just one of those heads up, high IQ plays. You got to throw it towards your hoop. You don't want to go anything towards half court or where you can get any, deflections or anything going that way. Keep it going towards your hoop in that instance. It's almost like when you're throwing the ball in, you're trying to save the ball into your own hoop. You want to throw it as far back as possible or just let it go because you don't want to give them anything easy right there.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Anthony because Anthony was covering the game for us, and he was keeping me and us up to date. And the one message he sent me was like, I said, where were the fouls at that point? And he goes, if West Geauga would have got the ball, they would have had to foul her, and she would have went to the line. And he goes, and they would have hoped for, a missed shot, and then they go there. But it just kind of blew me away too, because I was thinking at that point, with 3 seconds to go, you're up by 3. I almost think you're playing with house money. Like, you can only lose this game if something crazy happens, and it did, obviously, because I mean, who knows, it's going to go off that girl's arm. But I just think, like you said, you just kind of throw it up towards your hoop, and somebody's going to touch that ball, because if Poland doesn't go get it, West Geauga goes and grabs it, and now the clock runs and you foul her and you're still you've got to go the length of the court. And I was kind of blown away. I mean, I was like, wow. I was like, they had a chance to pull that off. I mean, and they just kind of
and you're getting into the point, and Paul, you know this with baseball, Billy, you know this baseball, Quinn, you know this Betos, you've been around sports, like you're to the point to where everyone now is good. Like there's no pushovers. So some of it is a combination of being lucky and being good. And hey, last night, I don't know. I'm sure Blanche would say the ball kind of bounced their way for it to work out, but that's kudos to them because they put in all the hard work. And it always favors those who work the hardest. I don't think Poland's 24-2 or whatever they're 23-2 now. Like they've grinded it out to get where they're at. So sometimes the ball bounces your way too.
Yeah, I mean, and a ton of things got to go their way. I mean, just because they get the blocked ball to deflect to them, Mary's got to hit that shot, and and it goes in, and so it was great. In the car, on the road, in Louisiana, it's Richie and DJ.
What's going on?
What's up?
The twin tandems down there in the bayou.
Brand new.
Hey, that red shirt really looks good on you there, Richie, with the red up top too.
Yeah, thanks.
Jesus.
Nice.
Here.
So you found some Wi-Fi.
What's up,
in the
baby?
vehicle, obviously.
We just got a rental car, and we got a free upgrade thanks to the people at Enterprise. We are now in a Ford F-150 Lariat, and I don't know that I can make the turn to get out of here. So
I was gonna say that's an awful big truck.
Oh, it's
what is it with all the small guys driving big trucks, man? It's like small man syndrome.
We do it big in Queen City, right? It's not Queen City. What is it? What's New Orleans? Is it Queen City? That's Cincinnati.
Queen City is Charlotte.
Oh, I thought Cincinnati. What's Cincinnati? It's
Chili City.
Yeah. It is chili day. Obviously, you guys might have been listening. Any specific way you guys like your chili?
Not handled by Southwest baggage.
Oh. Yeah. We did see that. Some damage to some equipment on the way down there. Hey, it's better than leaving it on a tarmac, though, right?
So let me ask. All right. That equipment is probably what? Not even 15 pounds. Not even close. Right? It's in a briefcase. I wish I could pull it up. Quinn, I don't know if you can put it into the system and pull it up.
It's a metal briefcase that looks like you'd put like money in it if you were a gangster or something.
I showed the YSU guys after, and they were like, I think it was Chad Cole that said, he goes, I think they gave the old 1-2 fucking shot right But this thing is busted to shit. It is unbelievable. And we've got, I guess we didn't have to use it last week, right, Jeff? So we've got experience not using the mixer board. So we can go without it. But I'd like to have it for this series. So it just pisses me off. Like, take pride in your job. And I understand everybody's got a bad day, but holy cow! Like, it looked like somebody took a golf club to it. Like, and no offense, I mean, I don't know if it's too soon or not, but it's like when Tiger Woods' wife took a golf club to the back of his car, and that's what it did to my gear. So that's my beef.
There you go. Oh yeah, well, a little early, but yeah, no, I was saying chili. Do you like your chili anyway? Hot guy, what?
I do a special chili that everybody likes. It's a turkey chili base, but I just throw in like everything in the kitchen sink, and it heats up pretty good. But it holds for you can freeze it for up to a year, I think. So it's pretty good.
Richie, are you a chili guy?
Yeah, I love chili. I'll have it anyway. Really spicy, regular. I like to pour a little cheese on top too to mix it up. So yeah, I'm a big chili guy.
There we go.
A little red stuff on top.
Yeah, little cheddar.
He's like the salt guy.
Yeah.
Guys, I seriously don't know how we're going to get out of this touch.
So,
hey, you got 4-wheel drive, man. Just southwest it. We'll just call it the new thing. Just southwest it in between cars.
We'll see if they help you
There, DJ, I got it.
Billy, you were there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that. That was once whole.
Wow.
But I'll give Southwest credit. I already shouted out on Twitter, and they got back to me. So they're going to file a claim and make sure everything's good. So kudos to them. geez, that airport guy somewhere in either Nashville or Pittsburgh, he's having a rough day. Having a rough day. Like,
Did
just
they at least like put tape around it to make sure nothing fell out afterwards?
Well, and this is what I love about EB. I showed you guys that, and the first person to bring a solution is EB. It says nothing duct tape can't fix.
Yeah, but I mean, like, did the airlines like put some tape on it so nothing fell out?
No, it's what you see is what we got.
Oh shit! So that thing could have just like fell out.
That's what I'm
transport
saying.
Anywhere.
Like our equipment. I mean, there's probably $2,000 worth of equipment in that little box, right? We got to. I mean, we're gonna have to test it naturally, and then we're gonna have to go Beto style if we don't have the mixing.
We're pros at that already.
We are. It sounded great.
Yeah.
We'll probably get to be indoors this time around. So.
Yeah, that always helps. Make sure your equipment's covered.
What a day.
There's no sun beating on it. Frying computers. We don't like that stuff.
I mean, yeah, we. I see what you did there. I see what you did, Paul Munson.
Baseball games get you every time.
We try to take care of our stuff. Like, but here's the thing: is like we've got. This is the first day we've got nothing on the air other than our shows for what, 6 months, 7 months?
Yeah, it's been a while.
So, I mean, what the hell are you guys doing today?
I got a PS5 that just came to my house today.
I got practice.
The show?
Jeff, what are you doing?
At a Vanna house smoking a cigar.
Trying to be Mank Solo.
He's pulling a Billy.
No, I'm never gonna be like Billy. I'd rather off myself if I'm ever gonna be like Billy.
Yet you're smoking a cigar the day after I'm sitting in a hot tub.
Billy, I smoke more cigars than you do, dude.
You're gonna regret saying that on your deathbed.
Nah, I don't regret anything.
We'll have Carrie bring it up on your tribute to Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. it'll be the tribute. So we were talking about last night's games. We covered your game already, DJ, because obviously we had the coach right here in EB. Richie, you had a game last night. What?
Yeah.
How do you want to go ahead and talk about that game?
Yeah.
We're moving.
If you look at the score, you're probably like, wow, that game was absolutely horrible. But looking at the first quarter. And East Palestine was able to pull off a good run. At one point, it was 10-7. The gym, you could feel all the energy. Both sections were going back and forth at each other. And then it kind of just took off from there. In the second quarter, it was Lamparty who took over for South Range as well as Giles. And then just after that, it was a 26-0 run. So it kind of just exploded out of nowhere. And I didn't even realize this until about a minute left in the second quarter that East Palestine didn't score until 15 seconds left in the quarter. So they almost went the whole second quarter without scoring. And I texted you that, Paul. I was like, I didn't even realize that till after the quarter. So, after the first half, though, it was pretty much over. And got to give South Range credit, though. They did not take their foot off the gas pedal. They kept going, and, they just ran them into the ground. But, East Palestine, they had a really good season, a share of the title. So happy for them as well.
Speaking of which, any coaches listening, Palestine's looking for games. Call Will Franklin.
There you go. Yeah, they can play some more games up to the 22, so they're looking for some more games there. And
updates, we're almost out of the garage.
It was
until March 22nd.
No, they're allowed to play up to
22
games.
Oh my God!
Yeah, no, not March 22nd. They have until the state finals to play games, and you can only play your 22 that you're allotted in the season. So,
Sarah, if you're listening, we're going to get another truck.
DJ wants another truck.
Put a lift kit on it. Big 40-inch tires.
If you're out there and you're in the industry, give us your best pitch, and we'll wrap it with YSN.
Yeah, having a truck is once you've had one, that's what kind of surprised me that you went away from the truck when you got the Equinox.
Well, I didn't have a mattress store anymore either, Paul.
I don't got a mattress store. I drive a truck.
Well, that's because, we'll just leave that be.
Yeah, I like having all that room in the back. It's nice. You just throw shit in the back of the bed and just leave. That's it.
They also make SUVs for that.
That's what my wife has. I get her the SUVs. I drive the truck. But yeah, it was. I mean, last night it was like Richie said. The atmosphere was good because both stands were. I mean, pretty full. I mean, there was room, but I mean, they had both fan bases were there supporting the teams, and it was a playoff atmosphere feel.
Yeah.
For a while there was a little student section up top there by where Richie was.
Yeah, I was going to mention that student section was electric last night. You know, I've heard a couple stories before that the previous 2 games that they played that it's been loud too. The fans have been getting into it, and you know, it's nice for the students to be able to attend playoff games, especially such young ages too. There was kids that were like 8 years old there up in the student section, so it was pretty cool to see, and they were pretty loud.
Hey, can I point something out? I heard a little rumor last night that there was somebody down on courtside at that game that had stuff to say. Like, if you're a grown person and you're chirping at the opposition, like, get a life. I don't care if you coached them or like, get a life. I heard a little birdie told me that there was some chirping going on from one side. That's not cool. Like, I don't care if you think it's awesome or you think that you got some relationships. Like, especially if they're, you know, you're telling them they suck or something like get lost. Get lost. Like, there's no place for that in high school sports. Like, get over yourself.
And that's an adult talking to the kids.
Yeah, so apparently this is Rumorville, USA, but it comes from a pretty good, reliable source. Apparently there was somebody down on courtside saying stuff to Palestine last night, and you know it doesn't go over well for me, especially the person that they were saying it to. Like, if you got something to say it. You know, sit in your normal seat, say it like a man, and don't chirp at a 17, 18-year-old girl. That's all I got to say about that.
Better not have been Anthony walking around down there.
Got to go coach some.
Evie's out. Gonna
Bye,
go
Evie.
coach. Chris Sigler saying outcomes of last night's games, setting up the stage for some great Saturday hoops. Yeah, I mean, some of these matchups are going to be really good, you know, coming up on Saturday with that. We'll have 3 of those games on the network. You know, looking ahead, you've got Western Reserve is going to take on East Canton. Ty will be doing that game. South Range will be taking on Brookfield at 1 o'clock. Anthony will have that game. And then McDonald will be taking on Newton Falls, and McDonald will be doing their game. The school will be doing their game. That's at 4 o'clock. Salem's on the road at Perry. You know, Perry does their own feed, so we won't have that game. And then Champion is at is it Garaway or Garfield? I think it's Garfield. So that's where they're at. And then Poland will be home as they take on Marlington, but we'll have Anthony there as a reporter. We won't have that game on the network, unfortunately. But, I mean, some great games.
So we only got 3 games Saturday on the network?
On the network, yeah. Well, there's a boys game, too. I think it's Boardman. Yeah. Boardman plays. They got it home. Alec will have that game. That's a playoff game, too. So we'll have 1 boys game and 3 girls games on there. So
$9.99, you get them all, right?
Yeah, I mean and those are all district championship games. So I mean, it's nice. This is the first year that they've done that, where you know a team can host all the way through the district championship and have teams win a district championship on their home floor. So it's going to be special.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like it at all.
Why not?
Because I just don't. I think there's something to be said about a traditional going to a host place and playing your games there. It puts it on a neutral field.
But now, I mean, when they go to the regional semifinals, though, for these last...
That's fine. We're not talking about regional. We're just talking about district. I don't like it for district. I like the whole idea of going to a site and playing your games there. It takes the home court advantage out for everybody.
What home court advantage they have this year, other than playing
just playing on their home court? It's just the routine of this is what we normally do. Just not feeling awkward to be in another place, seeing your colors on the wall, seeing your stuff. It's being in familiar territory.
Seeing your colors
routine, just a routine in general, man. Just having a routine of this is how we do things here when we're home.
Then be the higher seed, and then you get it.
I'm just saying I prefer it, just everything being on a neutral site compared to some team having an advantage all the way through. That's all.
I don't mind it. I think it's cool. I think that in a non-COVID year, it's great for the school because you earn the opportunity to make a couple extra bucks at your concession stand or parking or whatever, however you can finagle it. But that's extra money that, and schools need to start thinking about how they're going to utilize events like this next season to get extra profit to cover for this year. We've talked to a bunch of ADs that have had some real trouble making any money, any profit this year. So I'm real interested to see how this shakes out, and I'm really interested to see how much money the OHSAA makes this year because they have to report that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, people think, oh, well, in the playoffs, if you get a home game, you're going to put more people in the stands. That's going to benefit you. No, it benefits you on the aspect of, yes, you can get more people at your concession stand, but all that ticket money, that's all state money. And so they're raking in that $10 off every single person, no matter what. So, I mean, I like it for the aspect of, you've earned it. If you've earned the right to be a number 1 seed or a number, 1 through 4 are going to host for a while. If you've earned those rights, then I think you should be allowed to have that game at your home. And if you're the 1 seed or a 2 seed that's going to get that home matchup for the district championship, why not? And I think the OHSAA looks at that as well, going, we can make some more money off these home teams because they're going to put more people in the stands probably than they would if they'd have to travel to an away place. Would you rather drive to your home school or drive an extra 25 to 30 minutes away or even further sometimes to go to a neutral site? So I like it, and I think it's going to lead to some good matchups. Like I said, you're going to have, 1, 2, 3, 4 schools. 4 of our local schools will have home games on their home court for a district championship come Saturday. So Coach Seidel joining us.
What's up, guys?
What up, Coach?
Hey, just wanted to pop on and beat Billy Mack, too.
Uh-oh. Coach Seidel.
Hey, get on the bus, man. It's a popular thing. People wearing red today are really trying to be Max Solo.
Yeah. Hey, isn't that, they say what, imitation is flattery, right?
Sure.
So, Coach Seidel, you were talking earlier in your comment, you're making some chili. So obviously you're a big chili guy, and it looks like you like it hot too, right?
Yeah, I've got the crock pot fired up already today. Figured it's one of the last cold weeks of the year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So, got the habanero peppers out, all the extra spices.
So Coach is a hot chili guy there. So we're a little over the halfway mark here, so we'll take a quick break, pay some bills, support all of our sponsors that we have down here. And when we get back, we'll talk some more high school basketball. So we'll take a quick break and be right back here on the Power Hour here on YSN.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Hi, this is Jim Myers with Myers Family Insurance, your local Medicare and retirement resource. We're excited to have sports back. Whether you're on the field or cheering from the stands, sports unifies communities and brings hope for the future. We're all one team working together. At Myers Family Insurance, we know the importance of a great team.
Our team continues to grow to help you with your Medicare and retirement needs.
The annual election period is October 15th through December 7th. Now's the time to make sure your plan continues to meet your needs for the upcoming year.
Call today.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Welcome back to the Power Hour here, Thursday edition, to our motley crew of guys that are here today. Billy Mack, Jeff Bezos, Quinn, Coach Seidel there, and on the road, in the truck, down in the bayou, Richie and DJ down there as they were down there for YSU baseball taking on McNichols State and LSU.
Did you say McNichols State?
I said Nichols State.
No, it sounded like McNichol.
No, there might be McNichols State. I'm not sure. What's that, Richie?
I said they got some of the craziest highways down here too. Like if you would drive off this like little highway bridge, like you're eaten by crocodiles, like you're dead.
Yeah, if you pulled over or you get a flat, good luck, man.
Yeah, you're dead.
Gators coming out of the woods.
I mean, there's water surrounding you everywhere.
I don't understand how this is. I mean, I know it was one of the, and if Ty were here, it would be a history lesson. But I know this was one of the big ads of the United States. But this doesn't look like the United States. Like Billy, this is what we banked on in Alabama, and we are getting a full dose of it here in Louisiana.
Yeah, Alabama was probably more like, real world than you thought you were going to go to. And now you're down in Hicksville, USA.
Alabama was like being in Negley and then having an Ohio State in the middle of Negley.
And now you're down there with just a road surrounded by swamp and gators just waiting, lurking to get you.
I just don't get it, Paulie. I don't. And you got people out here, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Like they're on the side of the road. They got a cop escort behind them, protecting them, fixing something. But the gator's gonna get them.
Yeah.
He got shoved hands. Did we learn anything from that?
Well, that's like down in Myrtle. There's a couple golf courses down there. The gators are everywhere, and it's definitely interesting. I mean, you hit a ball over a bunker and you got to be careful because there's some gators there.
I'm not golfing where there's gators nearby. I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
They would love you.
I did it just to say I experienced it, and I got decently close to one, and then somebody told me they had some choice words. Are you a blank and blank? Get the hell away from there, because I got about.
Yeah, I need like an AR-15. I'll go golfing down there.
Yeah.
Richie said he was going to wrestle an alligator. He declared it on the plane.
All right. As he was in deep thought, looking out the window on his.
Isn't that a great picture?
I also couldn't hear anything.
You still can't hear.
Still can't hear.
Were the engines too loud for you?
Well, you know that.
No, my ears are clogged.
Yeah, the feeling like when you go up.
Oh. You got to chew gum.
Well, we had Chick-fil-A biscuits. That's it.
No, always have some gum with you. Got to chew some gum. It'll help make your ears pop.
I will say this, though, guys, and you know how I feel about plane rides. I sit in the back, and I make sure everybody's in front of me. This plane ride was the safest I've ever felt because we call them red shirts. We had red shirts everywhere, the Youngstown State baseball team. And as the Southwest, what do you call them now? Stewardess? I don't think they're called stewardess anymore. What are they called?
Flight attendants.
Flight attendants,
that's it.
She gets on the mic and she goes, "We would like to wish the Youngstown State Pirates a very great trip." And I was like, "Let's go Pirates!"
Go Pirates. I mean, you were flying out of Pittsburgh, so she probably got confused and just said Penguins, Pirates, whatever. Begins with a P. No.
We're losing you.
What did you say?
I said she probably got confused. You were flying out of Pittsburgh, and they're probably like Penguins, Pirates, whatever, whoever they are. Go team.
Red team, go!
Yeah. That'll be a new team that Youngstown can have, the Youngstown Pirates. Just to get some swag out there.
Here's a question for you, Paul.
Well, their baseball team's already better.
Is South Range the only team going to Myrtle Beach this year?
I've heard there might be one or two other teams going down.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll wait and see.
Trying to get
I got
Mrs. Yoakley to say yes.
To bring in the Yoakley family coming down. Oh, there we go. So, DJ's mom saying you should be just fine. Gators are only aggressive really during mating season at the end of May, beginning in June. So there you go. And Richie
No. She's been in Florida for like a year. She doesn't get to tell me. She started in New York and then came to Ohio. Don't tell me about Gators, Mom.
And she says, Richie, blow your nose, your ears should pop.
All right, she might know something about that.
Yeah, that might help.
Yeah, and my wife is saying, look out for the gator that took Chubb's hand. But Happy got it, because Happy got it and took his head, so that gator's gone.
For 25 years, that gator's been gone.
Yeah, that's crazy, too. They had that out the other day, that it's been 25 years since that movie came out. And just think about 25 years ago where you were. You know, most of us were in our probably, late teens, early 20s?
I was 11, Paul.
Quinn says he was 1. That's nice to know.
I was 11.
Richie wasn't even alive.
Yeah, I was not alive.
Richie wasn't alive. Coach Seidel was 10. How old did you say you were, DJ?
11.
11. Billy, 25 years ago?
10.
Where were you, Paul? 30?
No.
Paul was bonging beers during it.
25. Well, the bad thing is, you're probably right. I mean, 25 years ago, I was 18, so.
Yep.
Yeah. there may have been some beer bonging going on there.
Hey, is 18 greater than 21?
No. But what people don't know, hey, the statute of limitations is over now, so I'm good to go.
Yeah, you're like 4 times past it.
Yeah.
What is that noise?
Somebody
Beto,
rattling
she's still
something.
there?
Yeah, Jeff's still there. Enjoying his cigar at the Havana House.
Yeah, sorry, I just lost like $20 on gambling, so sorry.
What are you gambling on at the Havana House?
Playing Keno.
It's called the thing called a lucky one, and you pick like a number. It's like roulette, and I just lost. So
you always got to take even. Always got to take even, Jeff.
The degenerate gambler over there.
I took 18, 1, and 25, and I did not hit on either one of those 3 numbers. So.
Awesome.
Shouldn't gamble.
There we go. Jeff will find anywhere and anything to gamble on. So
he's not very good at gambling.
No, I'm not. I'm a loser.
I'm glad your wife picked up on that too, Paul.
Okay, yeah. So my wife wanting to be a smart ass and to say I said statute limitations. But I know it's not statute, but it's statute. Statute. I didn't throw that little oot at the end, but you know what? Whatever. 25 years ago, she was old enough to watch the movie, so I won't say how old she was, but yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, tomorrow, I know, DJ will be back to host tomorrow's show, I think, right?
No, they'll be playing.
Oh, they'll be playing. So there'll have to be a new host tomorrow because I have.
I think they start. Is it a 2 p.m. start time?
I think it's a
12:30,
isn't it?
Our time, because you guys are Central Time, right? 1 o'clock your time, 2 hours.
Yeah, I guess it's that way. Yeah.
I thought it was 12:30. I have it 12:30 in the thing.
Well, what time is it there right now?
It's an hour behind.
2:48.
Okay, so you're an hour behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, they're going to be, whether it's 1 their time or 12:30 their time, they're going to be doing the game. So.
Yep. So, Billy, Quinn, one of you guys will be the host tomorrow for the show.
That'll be Mr. Mac over there.
That'll be fun. So I know you guys can talk. So
It'll
I guess we
be
can talk a little bit about
the Quinn Mac Show featuring Jeff Bezos.
It'll turn
So
into
I
just
guess we can
talking.
We got a full slate of games tomorrow with the playoffs. Okay, so she's going to throw herself out there. She was 10. And, yeah, I was 18. So, listen, playing that game going backwards is always creepy. But when you get older, it doesn't matter. So, our boys' games tomorrow, like I said, we have a full slate, full meal deal there tomorrow with games. And any games that anybody's looking forward to tomorrow, I know, Quinn, you're obviously looking forward to your game. How are you guys looking against Wellsville tomorrow?
It'll be a good game. Wellsville's very good. They got some good guards. They got a kid that can shoot 3 really well, Lucas Green. I believe he's up for the Player of the Year as well in the Big Dog. So, I mean, we got to know where he's at. He's a great player, and you just got to know. And I mean, we're confident. We're ready to go. We're going to prepare today at practice and get ready to go for him. Hopefully, we can do some stuff down in Wellsville and hopefully come out with a win.
Coach Seidel, I know you'll be excited for the Sebring game as they'll be taking on Jackson Milton. How have the boys been this week, riding the high from that game on Saturday?
Yeah, I think they had an opportunity to kind of celebrate it and enjoy it a little bit. First round bye, give them a little extra time to prepare for this game. That's one thing I will say for Coach Clark. When he's got extra time to prepare for an opponent, he usually has them with a good game plan coming out. Jackson Milton took both of the regular season meetings from Sebring, but that second game down at their place, I think Sebring spotted in like 20 points in the first half, came back to make it a 1-possession game at the end. So, be interested to see how it pans out.
I think if you're Jackson Milton in that game, you better come out firing and put Sebring to bed, because otherwise, if Sebring's hanging around, they're going to start getting that feeling. It's that Sebring and Springfield feeling where, hey, they're letting us hang around. Let's go win this game.
Yeah, I mean, and it's always tough. Everybody says it. It's hard to be a team 3 times in 1 year. So, I mean, and that happened, last night too, is when I was talking with EB about the West Branch. West Branch had beaten Marlington, both times in the regular season, and then Marlington catches them in the playoffs. So, that's something to look at too. Plus, Sebring's going to have that. That's on their they're on the road, right? No, they're at home. No,
it should be at Milton.
Yeah, it's at Jacksonville. Sorry. Yep, Alex will have that game. So, a road game for them. Jeff, you've got a game tomorrow. You're going to be down there at Valley Christian as the Bombers of Wyndham come to town. What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm just super excited to watch Valley play. I looked at their roster. They're pretty tall. They're going to be lengthy. Quinn gave me a kid's name, and I kind of forget it now before we started the show. Like Natural, but I'm excited to watch
Quinn,
them
do you
play.
remember
I'm
the
excited to be.
Yeah, I know a lot about Valley.
Well,
do you want to help me out
What's
there?
the kid's name?
Jeff. Valley Christian's very good. Mark Revere is playing some really good basketball right now, and mix him in with Siku Stanley, and I mean those 2 guards just look to go. Mark is playing really, really good basketball right now. He's having a good day, and I mean, hopefully Valley keeps it rolling. I think Coach Carroll does a great job with them, and I definitely think I could see them moving on and taking out Wyndham this week.
Billy, you'll be at work tomorrow, but any of these games you might be watching on the network tomorrow? You tuning in to see anything exciting?
Man, I get I start to listen to see who's playing where, and I kind of go with the flow. So you get that $9.99 ready, and then I'll just start switching from game to game and figure out which one I want to stick with.
Yeah, I mean, and we got a bunch of local matchups. I mean, Poland's taking on Lakeview, and Pav will have that game for us. You have Louisville and Salem. That game will be at Salem, and Rob and Ben will be taking care of that for us. Other local matchups, you have Ursuline and Canfield. Ian's doing that game. Springfield and Camel. I'll be there at Springfield taking that game in from the book room, as they call it up there, like little bird's nest. I like it up there, and you get a good view. So I'll be up there. Middle Ridge and Mooney, Jason will be taking care of that game. LeBray and Crestview. Unfortunately, Billy will be working, so we have Poe and Larry heading out there to LeBray to take care of that game for us. Liberty Newton Falls. Newton Falls has their broadcast going on. Waterloo and Jefferson. That game is at Waterloo. Ty will have that game. I think that'll be a pretty good game there too. Waterloo's playing some good basketball right now, and Jefferson is young. I think that across the board in their programs, football, basketball, they got some young kids there, but they can play. And so they got some guys who are going to make some noise there.
Even that Newton Falls Liberty game, you're talking about two teams that matched up and a buzzer beater the first time around to Newton Falls to win, and then an overtime win for the second time around. So again, tough to beat a team 3 times, especially when one's a buzzer beater and then the other one's an overtime.
Yeah, I mean, so that's going to be a great game there. Like I said, the school will be doing that because it's at Newton Falls, so we'll have that feed there. The Lisbon-Wellsville game we already talked about, and that'll be a good one. And then Lowville taking on Brookfield. Anthony will be down there covering that game. So we've got a bunch of them on here. Cheney, Edgewood. Jamie and Romo out there taking care of that game, and they were excited the other day. I still got to find out. Jamie said he was going to wear his cowboy hat when he went there, and he's like he was nervous, and I said, listen, they're the Cowboys. Why wouldn't you wear your cowboy hat there? Nobody's going to be offended. You're the Cowboys. Why wouldn't you want somebody wearing a cowboy hat there? So I forgot to ask.
He's been doing too many Hubbard games. He forgot what it was like to be a part of the Cheney Mafia over there.
That's right. And they love it, and they took care of business. They get Edgewood tomorrow, so I anticipate them taking care of business again. West Branch and Marlington, like I said, Michael will be out there for that game. Geneva is coming to Struthers. The school will have that broadcast for us. Struthers looking to keep their train rolling as they've just been rolling through right now, not only the regular season but into the playoffs as well. McDonald will be at home versus St. John's. That McDonald bombs out there that they just you want to play with them, you better be able to defend the 3-pointer, because if not, they're going to kill you on it. And that's what they've been doing.
Who do they play? Who does McDonald play?
St. John's.
Oh, okay. That's going to be a rough sled in there for St. John's.
Yeah. JFK is taking on Lake. That game actually would be at Howland, though. JFK does have the home game, but JFK will not be playing any of their home games at home due to some floor issues. They haven't had a home game all season, so their playoff game will be at JFK. Heartland? Heartland will be hosting Matthews. We'll have Mark out there for that game. And I think that's about it. So, that's a full slate of games tomorrow. If you can't find a good game on the network tomorrow, you're not a basketball fan, and you just don't know what's going on, because there are so many good games tomorrow. Guys are going to be watching multiple games. And that's always the tough thing. It's like either you buy multiple games or you buy your one game and you're constantly flipping, because there's just so many good ones on there. And especially if you don't have a dog in the fight, like most of us have a team that we like, but in something like this, if you're not calling a game tomorrow and you're like, listen, I don't have kids invested in a team, I just want to watch some good basketball. You got it. Tomorrow, it's there. It's there for the picking. So
Are we doing the open look tomorrow too?
It's a question above my pay grade. I think.
Does Quinn know the answer to that?
I have no idea.
No, Quinn doesn't know either. So maybe we can get the answer to that before the show's over. DJ or somebody, let us know. Michael, I think Mike was down there last week, wasn't he? Yeah,
I believe so.
So it could be, because the bad thing is, though, is I don't know who unless Nick's there with them, I don't know who they're going to have opening and closing the shop. Probably Brian, because I think Brian's always down there to make sure that things are running correctly. The wizard, as I like to call him, hiding behind that curtain there, taking care of all of our games, making sure everything's running smooth. So it should be good. But another show we made it through with me as the host. It is time for your G. Beverwick Farms. What's your beef? What's your filet? And we will start with Jeff. He's been kind of quiet today. Jeff, do you have a beef or filet today?
My beef is with people driving. I was on the way up to La Brea, I think it was like Tuesday, and I got cut off like 3 or 4 times. And I had like an 18-wheeler cut me off, almost hit me off the road. So it's with people driving. They don't know how to drive. That's my beef.
All right. I thought maybe you were going to talk about people driving and being on the phone, or people, doing shows.
No, it was
I was
just
like, wow, just like throw them under the bus as they were off here for a minute.
no.
That's awful nice of you. Coach, what do you got today?
I'm going with a filet today. I'm sitting here in the office and looking out the window, and for the first time in a couple of months now, my yard is snow-free. So spring's coming. Feeling good. Got the sun shining through the window here. Looking forward to spring getting underway.
See, I'm worried that, and I know everybody's probably seen it. There's like that little, it looks like a chart that's out there that's like, this is the fake spring, and then like another winter is going to come. I don't want to get too excited. I mean, obviously, Billy and I being baseball coaches, it is that time for us to get excited and, hey, the teams are practicing and we're out there doing drills, but then like, you're waiting for that other shoe to drop, and it's like, all right, when's it coming? Is it gonna come right now? Because we're not in March yet. Like usually March gets you a little excited, but like it's that whole Ohio weather, like the fake spring, and then here comes more winter, then a spring, and then summer, and then like they say, like Satan's inferno of like the week or two that it's just like unbearable, and then your fake fall, and then another summer. So I'm hoping that changes this year. Everything else has changed with COVID, so why not change that? Let this really be spring right now.
I'd be all right with it.
Quinn, you have a beef? You have a filet? What do you got here today on this Thursday?
I got both. I got a filet for all the people that nicely walk past this window and wave at me. Nice to see all of you, I guess.
They act like they're looking into a zoo. Like, oh, look at the guy in the zoo.
I don't know. Maybe they're looking for Potesta or something. I don't know. But they all wave, and, I wave back. So, friendly people. And I got beef with myself. I didn't eat lunch. I don't know what I'm doing.
You not eating?
I didn't eat lunch today. It's a mess.
Yeah, that's unusual for you not to eat.
I know. It's a disaster. I don't know what's going on.
You eat everything in sight. So
falling apart, and that chili talk just made me hungry. So
there you go.
I don't know.
Billy, what do you got? Beef?
I got all fillets, man. Since the trip, since last Thursday, really, I've probably been home for about 25 minutes. So it's nice to kind of finally be home. And I don't have anywhere to go tonight. I have to do some baseball stuff tomorrow. So that feels pretty good. And it's a good thing because I got my PS5. So I'll be all up in that tonight. So that's it, man. Just fillets. It's good to be home.
Yeah. Was your pup happy to see you?
Oh, yeah. She's going nuts right now. So, well, she's not at this moment, but she was when she first saw me come back. So, yeah.
I was about to say, yeah, because I saw pictures and you guys took the one with you. So that's obviously the calm one that you can take.
Yeah. Yeah, the other one, not so much. Yeah.
Bouncing back and forth from window to window in the car, like, hey, what's going on?
Oh yeah, she doesn't like people in general. She doesn't see all that well. So anything to her is a threat.
That leaf moving.
Yep.
Yeah, we got one of those at home as well.
But mine's a German Shepherd, so she could really do some damage to people.
Kate saying she was happier to see her, not you, Billy.
Sure.
Mine is a little bit of a beef, and it has to do a little bit with what DJ kind of touched on. But like, it's just, I've seen it over the last couple weeks, not only in the playoff games, but in like some regular season games, is just fans kind of being unrealistic. I mean, you see it on both sides. A team that's blowing somebody out, they might be a little rude, or teams that are getting blown out, they're being a little rude. But like, I mean, you kind of know what you're coming into, whether you're a good team or a bad team. And to sit there and like scream and yell and make a fool of yourself at some of these, basketball gymnasiums, it's just kind of like, your kids are out there. I mean, they always say that the OHSA always comes out there, all little eyes are on you, and they're talking about the players, like, do what's right when you're on the court or on the field, because other little kids are looking up to you. The same should go for our parents. You know, how you act, your kids are looking at going, it's okay to act like that too, because mom and dad are acting like that. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing not only to yourself, at least it should be, not only to yourself, but to your kids, to the program, to your school. I mean, listen, if you're getting your butt beat, it stinks, but you're not the one out there getting your butt beat. I mean, so, you know, try to support those kids. Try to be like, hey, you know what? Keep fighting. Get tough. Let's go. We'll see what happens. It stinks. It's going to happen in life. You're going to get beat up on. It's how you react to that and come back, instead of being a jerk. And then now all of a sudden you're the jerk, and then your kid can be a jerk because now they lost and they're going to be a jerk to people because it's okay to be a jerk, you know? And the same with being a good winner too. If you're winning in one of those teams, win gracefully. Be a good fan. And, you know, there's every day I have to read these papers that say, be a good fan, respect the game. I mean, if you're winning as well, don't degrade other people. Be happy your team won and you're moving on, or you're going on to the next week's game, whether it's regular season or playoffs. You know, just be a good fan. It's not a good look. And if it's terrible, you're going to get thrown out. I mean, I've seen it across the valley in a couple places. They've had to tell people they have to leave. And I would think that would be embarrassing. So just be a good fan and don't be a jerk.
Not me, Paul. I win. I'm planting the flag. Baker Mayfield style.
Billy, we expect nothing less. So, well, I thank everybody for tuning in for another edition of the Power Hour here on a Thursday here on YSN. For Quinn, Max Solo, and Coach Seidel, I'm Paul Munson. We'll see you guys later. Enjoy your day and go outside if you can.